My name is KC Bhosle, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Kopargaon. We have used these references like R.K. Bansal, S.S. Ratan, Ramanuttam, S.S. Bhavikatti, B.K. Sarkar, and Pierre and Johnston, Ryder, Popo, Singer and Peitel and Husserl and Hibbeler. So first, what is the stress? We see that this is an example of the chain. We apply the pulling load. So pulling load will create the tension in the chain. So due to the load, the stresses are developed in the chains. So we'll see the definition of this one. When some external forces act on a body, the internal forces, which are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction, are set up at various sections of the body which resist the external forces. This internal force per unit area at any section of the body is known as stress. Stress is denoted by the Greek letter, that is sigma. So sigma will be equal to P by, so P is the load applied and A is the area. We are using some units to measure the stress. So there are some, normally the stress is measured in the smaller unit, that is Pascal. But Pascal is smaller unit, so we are using somewhat bigger units like kilopascal, megapascal and gigapascal. So in many books they are using the unit as megapascal. So 1 megapascal will be equal to 1 Newton per millimeter square. So for the load we are using Newton, and for area we are using millimeter square. Next is strain. When a system of forces or loads act on a body, it undergoes some deformation. So this deformation per unit dimension is known as strain. So strain will be equal to deformation delta upon original length L. So there is no unit for strain. Next is that normally we apply the load either along the axis, or it can be centric or eccentric load. This is the normal stress, the resultant of the internal forces for an axially loaded member is normal to a section cut perpendicular to the member axis. So when you apply the load, when you take the section perpendicular to the axis, on that one the stresses are called as normal stresses. The force intensity on that section is defined as the normal stress. Axial forces on the two force member result in only normal stresses on a plane cut perpendicular to the member axis, and transfer forces on bolts and pins result in only shear stresses on the plane perpendicular to the bolt or pin axis. So in the case of bolts and pins, we are getting the transfer forces, and due to that we are getting the shear stresses. In this case we are getting the normal stresses, tensile or compressive stress. So this is diagram showing the compressive, which is a pushing one. So compressive load is applied. So due to the compressive load, compressive stresses will be there. So we'll first see the tensile stress. So in this diagram, suppose that we apply the pulling load. So due to the pulling load is a tensile load. So length will increase and other two dimension will be decreasing. When a body is subjected to two equal and opposite axial pulls, then the stress induced at any section of the body is known as tensile stress. There will be decrease in the cross-sectional area of the body and increase in the length of the body. The ratio of the increase in the length to the original length is known as tensile strain. Similarly, we can apply the compressive load also. So due to that one, length will decrease and the other two dimension will increase. When a body is subjected to two equal and opposite axial pushes, then the stress induced at any section of the body is known as compressive stress. There will be increase in the cross-sectional area of the body and decrease in the length of the body. The ratio of the decrease in the length to the original length is known as compressive strain. So in practice we are using some sign conventions. A positive sign will be used to indicate a tensile stress. So, and a negative sign we are using to indicate the compressive stress. So we'll see one numerical based on this stress and strain. A circular hollow tube made of the steel is used to support a compressive load of 500 kilonewton. The inner and outer diameters of the tube are 90 millimeter and 130 millimeter respectively. Its length is 1000 millimeter. Due to the compressive load, the contraction of the rod is 0.5 millimeter. Determine the compressive stress and strain in the post. So load is given, inner diameter, outer diameter is also given, and the length is given, and the delta L contraction delta L is given. We have to find out what is the stress and strain. So force P is, we convert in Newton. You can find out the area pi by 4 OD square minus ID square. So that is 6.912 into 10 to the 3 millimeter square. Stress can be find out. Stress sigma will be equal to load upon area. So stress will be 72.3 Newton per millimeter square. It is a compressive because compressive load is applied, and strain is delta L by L. So it is minus 5 into 10 to the minus 4 compressive.